Listen carefully. Right now, you're stuck in a cycle. You think about her more than you want to admit. You wake up with her face in your mind. You scroll through your phone, hoping her name appears on the screen. And when it doesn't, that silence eats away at you. You replay old conversations, second guess the way you spoke, analyze the little details, wondering if you should have done more, said less, or been different. And while you're drowning in her memory, here's the bitter truth. She's not thinking about you the same way, because the more you try to stay on her mind, the quicker she forgets you. That's the trap most men fall into. They believe if they just give her more attention, more affection, more proof of love, then she'll finally see their value. But the reality is the opposite. Attention is cheap, clinginess is suffocating, and desperation erases attraction. If you want to live in her mind, if you want her to think about you when she wakes up, if you want her to feel your presence even in your silence, then you must understand this one truth. She only remembers the man who can disappear without warning, the man who doesn't beg, the man who doesn't chase, the man who chooses himself over her. That is the man who stays in her head long after the messages stop. I learned this lesson the hard way. There was a woman once, the kind who could make me forget myself. Every time she pulled back, I chased harder. Every time she went cold, I tried to prove myself. I flooded her with texts, gave her my time, adjusted my life to fit hers, and the more I did, the further she drifted. One day, something inside me broke. I stopped. No long messages, no checking in, no desperate reaching. I took all that energy I was wasting on her and redirected it into myself, my work, my body, my purpose. And then it happened. Suddenly she was the one reaching out. Suddenly she wanted to know where I'd gone, why I wasn't chasing, why the man who once gave her everything had vanished into silence. That's when I realized something that changed my life forever. A woman doesn't crave the man who smothers her with presence. She craves the man whose absence feels like a wound. Here's why. When you chase her, you put her on a pedestal. You make her the prize, the sun around which your entire world spins. And in her psychology, the prize doesn't chase. The prize is chased. By proving to her that you need her, you erase the very tension that makes her want you. But when you step back, when you stop feeding her ego with constant validation, something powerful happens. Doubt creeps into her mind. She begins to wonder why you aren't trying anymore. She starts asking herself questions in the silence you created. Did he lose interest? Is there someone else? Was I not enough? That storm of questions is what keeps her thinking about you, and it goes deeper than that. 1. Control. The man who can master himself, who can hold back his need to chase, controls the frame of the relationship. The man who cannot control himself becomes a slave to her silence. 2. Standards. If you bend to every mood swing, if you collapse just to keep her happy, she forgets you. But if you stand firm, if you live by your own code, she respects you. And respect plants the seed of obsession. 3rd, abundance. When you stop acting like she's your only option, when you live as if you could walk away tomorrow, she feels it. That energy of not needing her is magnetic. It makes her wonder about you. It makes her imagine you with other women, and the imagination she creates is far stronger than any text you could ever send. Think of it like fire. If you smother a fire with too much oxygen, it burns out. But if you step back, the fire searches for air. It grows, it reaches. Her desire works the same way. Too much attention smothers it, but silence, distance, makes it burn hotter. Or think of music. Music isn't just sound, it's sound mixed with silence. Without silence, there is no rhythm. Without rhythm, there is no dance. If you never pull back, if you never give her space to wander, her emotions have nothing to move to. Your absence creates the beat she can't ignore. Now, let's draw the line between weakness and strength. The weak man sends 3 texts in a row when she doesn't answer. The strong man reads her silence and says nothing. The weak man plans his day around her availability. The strong man lives his day regardless of her choices. The weak man loses sleep wondering if she's with another guy. The strong man sleeps peacefully because he knows his value is not dependent on her loyalty. And here's the paradox. The weaker you act, the less she thinks about you. The stronger you stand, the deeper you live in her mind. So how do you stay on her mind 24/7? Not by forcing yourself into her life, not by begging for her attention, not by proving your worth to her. You stay on her mind by pulling away, by mastering your emotions, by showing her, without words, that you are not afraid to lose her. Because the man who isn't afraid to lose her is the man she can't afford to lose. Transformation begins when you stop asking, "How can I get her to notice me?" and start asking, "How can I build a life so rich, so full, so powerful that she notices my absence? Make her feel the silence, make her feel the gap you leave behind, and she will carry you in her thoughts far longer than if you chased her every day." So remember this, you don't stay on her mind by being everywhere. You don't stay on her mind by spamming her phone, chasing her time, or filling every silence with words. That's the mistake men make when they're afraid. They believe presence equals power, but in reality, presence without mystery becomes background noise, and background noise is always forgotten. You stay on her mind by being nowhere, nowhere she can touch, nowhere she can predict, nowhere she can fully claim. You stay on her mind by existing in that invisible gap she cannot bridge, in the silence that makes her replay what you've said, in the distance that makes her crave what she once took for granted. Be the man who disappears into his own purpose, the man who is not defined by her moods, not shaken by her absence, not begging for scraps of her attention. Be the man who invests in his discipline, his body, his mission, his future, because a man who is consumed by his own growth becomes a man she cannot ignore. Be the man who doesn't need her validation to breathe, who doesn't collapse just to be noticed. Be the man whose presence is powerful, but whose absence is unforgettable. Because here's the truth, when you live this way, when you hold your frame, when you choose silence over begging, she will feel it. She'll feel it in the quiet moments when no one else is around. She'll feel it when she wonders why you stopped reaching out. She'll feel it when she imagines you moving on without her. And when that happens, you won't just be a thought in her head. You'll be a shadow in her mind she can't escape. You won't just be missed, you'll be desired. You won't just be remembered, you'll be craved. And that is how you stop being the man chasing her and start being the man she cannot stop chasing in her own thoughts. If this spoke to you, if it cut into the part of you that's tired of chasing, then leave a comment below. Tell me what hit the hardest. And if you want more sharp truths about dating psychology and masculine self-control, subscribe, because this is just the beginning.